Formal commands in Spanish. Mandatos formales. Usted and ustedes commands. For AR verbs, follow the steps. So you want to go to the yo form of a present tense verb. There are irregulars, but most are regular. So go to the yo form for the verb comprar, to buy. Compro. And in the next step, I'm going to remove the letter O, leaving that stem for the command. So to get the command, buy, I'm going to, AR verbs go to E or EN or A or N. So if the singular command usted would be, what, compre usted. I say, buy the shoes, compre los zapatos. Or you guys, y'all buy them, compren los zapatos. Once again, first step, I went to compro. Second step, I took off the letter O. And finally, I remember that AR verbs go to E or EN, and I get the commands compre or compren. So now I want to make the command for the word drink, beber. First step, go to the yo, bebo. Next step, take off the O. ER and IR verbs will go to A or an, A or AN. So the commands are going to be drink, beba usted, or y'all drink, beban ustedes. This will work for all ER and IR verbs, except for some irregulars. But the important thing, we always go to the yo form. So let's look at the verb traer. The verb traer is one of those verbs that is irregular only in the yo form. That's why it's important that we know the yo forms of those verbs that have irregular yo forms. Sometimes we call them yo-go verbs. So the yo form of traer is what? Traigo, right? Traigo. So we're going to take off the O. Traer is an ER verb, and we know ER verbs go to A or AN for the plural, and that applies for IR verbs too. So the yo form is traigo, so our command is going to be traiga, traigan, traiga. Bring me the lemonade. Traiga me la limonada. Traiga la limonada. Bring the skirt. Traiga la falda. So poner is going to present a little complication because poner, se, is a reflexive verb, which means to put on. So we want to be able to say a command practicing the clothing vocabulary that we're studying. So I want to say put on the shoes. How do I say, hey, you guys, put on the shoes? Listen carefully. The first thing you want to do, even though it's a reflexive verb, we only want to get the yo form without the reflexive pronoun. So the yo form of poner is what? Pongo. Next step is take off the yo. Poner is an ER verb, so it's going to go to A or AN, and we want to do a plural command, so we should say pongan. Now the issue is what? What do we do with the reflexive pronoun that corresponds with usted and ustedes? And we know that the reflexive pronouns that correspond with usted and ustedes are se. Now the accent mark is going to throw you off a little bit, and right now I'm not going to hold you to it for now. But as soon as I add an extra syllable, and it's going to be pónganse, right? As soon as I add an extra syllable, I now have to mark where the original stress is, and that's where you hear it, pónganse. So now that's going to have an accent character on it. Now pónganse. Pónganse los zapatos. Pónganse los calcetines. Put on your t-shirts. Pónganse las camisetas. So negative commands and the formal commands are pretty easy. You're mainly just going to put the word no in front of the command. No beba, no coma, no estudie. So how am I going to say don't buy? The yo form of the verb comprar is compro. Take out the last letter. AR verbs go to E. The negative command is going to be no compre or no compren. So I say don't sell the car. Take off this last letter, leaving vend. And the command's going to be what? It's an ER verbs. ER verbs go to A, venda, or vendan. The next step is just to add the word don't sell, no venda, no vendan. So we see that the affirmative commands with reflexes, where you can put the reflexive pronoun at the end of the command. The negative commands, it's going to be different. No se ponga. Notice the word order. The reflexive pronoun goes before the command. No se ponga, póngase, no se ponga. So I'm going to say, go to bed, don't go to bed. Acostarse. What's the yo form of acostarse? It's acuesto. I'm going to take off the yo. AR verbs go to E, so the command should be acueste. But it's going to be we're going to do an affirmative command, so it's going to be acueste se. I'm going to mark where the original stress is, acueste se. The negative command is going to be what? No se acueste. Okay? So, with the previous command, póngase, no se ponga, acuéstese, no se acueste, levántese, no se levante, that we just follow the steps. The usted and ustedes commands are easier than the informal commands. We're only doing the formal commands for now. There are a couple of irregulars. The two main ones are ir, which is go, vaya, no vayan, and ser is be, sea, sean, no sean. There's a couple others, but those are the main irregulars in the formal commands. Let's practice.